Everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Okay, where do we start today? Okay, first of all, we start with entertainment only, and I am using the Smith-Waite Centennial Edition Tarot deck. So if you want to know what deck it is, rewind it, pause it if you need to write it down. What I want to have a look at in this particular reading is I'm going to have a look at Trump signing, or Felon 45, signing the executive order to transfer 170 square miles of the Roosevelt Reservation to the military for the next 3 years. Now, I believe this reservation, the part that is being signed, stretches across California, Arizona, and New Mexico. And it looks like there's also going to be about 90 miles of the Texas border that will also be signed over if it already hasn't been done so. And this is all on the Mexican border. I want to have a look. Apparently, there are troops already being deployed onto the border, and they're looking at increasing the number to, well, Felon 45. He seems to like these 10,000, millions and millions, you know what it is, 10,000 troops to deploy to this border area. Now, the reason why he has signed it over is that there is a federal law that bars US troops from being used for law enforcement purposes within the United States. So by transferring this land to the military, it's now, they can declare it as a military base or exercises or whatever they like to do. Now, before I start on the reading, and apparently this land it is owned by the US federal government. So it's not owned by the Indigenous First Nations people of the United States. Before I read, I just want to bring some international news to you. Apparently in Peru, the ex-president Humala and his wife have been sentenced for money laundering by receiving illegal donations from the then far-right Venezuelan government in regards to their election run. It's far ones finding themselves in prison around the world. This is really interesting. So apparently the wife, before the uh, arrests could have been made, fled to the Brazilian embassy. Apparently she is Brazilian by birth with their son, and she will be sent back to Brazil. But Mr. Humala is facing, along with several in his previous regime government, has been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for money laundering, as I split the deck. This is the legal case going forward, or a ruling being made, and this is my money laundering card. So I hope Felon 45 and his regime are taking note. Okay, on that note, and the meme that went around is going around on social media, basically saying that with the power of the US, but apparently El Salvador has more power than the US because they can't send Albrego Garcia back. Yeah, absolutely hits the mark. I just want to point out, go to maighstirtarot, click on maighstirtarot, or the little abstract roses symbol takes you to the main page. I put a lot in my posts community section that's from that main page. And we had Chris Van Hollen, the Democrat senator from Maryland, went to El Salvador. He wasn't permitted permission to meet with Albrego Garcia, but he did speak to the Venezuelan vice president, who said that they can't release him because the Felon 45 regime has paid for him to be in that prison. Somebody telling big porkies and I don't think it was the vice president. The vice president might find himself out of a job when the president of El Salvador returns. So, also, Judge Boasberg has found probable cause to hold the US in contempt over these deportations. This is my daughter in the hall cupboard there. Okay, but I want to have a look at, what am I going to have a look at? I'm going to have a look at the reason, what's the real reason behind Felon 45 signing over to the military and stationing troops on the border of Mexico. And it's not to do with the drug cartels, I don't feel. Oh gosh, this is going to go further. Okay, thank you. They're reminding me that Felon 45 has ordered drones to go into Mexico to attack the cartels, and the Mexican government said, F off over your dead body type thing. So I'm going to have a look at that. There's also been the order of, I believe, 2 warships now in the Gulf of Mexico. There's something bigger brewing here, and you got to remember the US troops that have gone into Panama. Okay, something bigger is brewing. So come on down. Why has this occurred? Right. The klaxon is sounding. Wake up, people. This is bigger than just simply patrolling the border with the judgment card. This is bigger. Challenged by loss, disappointment. So why has Trump ordered this by executive order? Boy, Congress, please go and dust off your spines and insert them back into your bodies. They're in the lockers over there where you crashed them, left them. Disappointment, loss. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. This is the challenge. I think this is why he's doing this. First of all, he knows that he lost the election, that he won by rigging, and he's even admitted it a couple of times. He was supposed to, and he was told that he would win the 2020 election, which is why he carried on relentlessly about the 2020 election. There was nefarious actions being taken to throw the election to Felon 45 in 2020. But the vote for Joe Biden, and he squeaked in by the hairs on his chinny chin, was a landslide vote. So it became they underestimated how much they would need to rig to flip to give the election to Felon 45. So what happened was back in 2020, he was supposed to win that election. This is entertainment only, but I've put my little card out. But this is what I keep getting told by my guides over and over and over again. And this is what the actual factual evidence is indicating as well. That he was supposed to win 2020 and therefore enact what is happening now over a period of 4 years. Now, the Kremlin was all ready to go into Ukraine, and whoops, lost it. So they held back until the midterms. And when the midterms came and they managed to do whatever it is that they needed to do to ensure that Congress went to the Republicans, that's when the Kremlin went into Ukraine, because they knew then that Biden would be hamstrung. And it's also when the Gaza stuff started as well, because they knew Biden would be hamstrung by Congress. So it's almost like they had to put a muzzle on for 18 months or so and hold back until the energies were so intense that they didn't anymore. They released once they knew that Congress was theirs. So, loss, disappointment, heartbreak. So what is happening now in this compressed time zone, like mega compressed, is what was supposed to happen over 4 years from 2020 to 2024. I'm just putting that out there. So the challenge was the loss. I know that was a long, convoluted story to explain where we are here and now, but this is very much about an inevitability. This is all part of this, whatever it is that was supposed to have happened, but it was challenged by the loss. Okay, let's keep going. We've got here the hermit trying to seek a path forward. Now, I'm asking why this is happening. Trying to seek a path forward is the energy that they're stewing in at the moment. But it can also be investigation. Let's pick you up a little bit better so you can see the cards. It's definitely not introspection in regards to Felon 45. He doesn't do that. He wouldn't know what it is. Apparently his soul's really healthy. What? How do you, what machine do you plug a soul into to find out whether it's healthy or not? So this was very much, okay, thank you. I'm getting that the energy that they're stewing in was that that whatever plan this is was isolated for a period of time, and now they're trying to find their way forward. So let's see where we go with this. The past is in the past. The gift from the past is in the past. However, you've got here this person in this blue outfit walking away. So you've got two red hats here, the blue walking away. In the past, the gift, he was supposed to have been gifted the 2020 election. But those in blue decided it wasn't going to happen. So that's in the past. The gift of the past is in the past. Okay, where are we going? Crowning this reading. Well, this is my card for moral, financial, and ethical corruption and finding oneself out in the cold. So this is the here and now energy. Okay, who is finding themselves out in the cold? I think this is Project 25 finding itself out in the cold. It's becoming, I'm going to say it's becoming crippled. I hate that word, but that's what they're telling me. It's being crippled because it wasn't instigated in the time frame that it was meant to be. Does that make sense? When feather for 45 was high in 2020, you only have to see what happened. And because it got delayed, it's found itself in this inferior position. This is where it's meant to be. This is where it has found itself. Okay. The immediate future is Homeland. Who's that? Kirsty, is that Gnome? I always get these plastic ones mixed up. Kirsty Gnome. Oh, wasn't it hilarious to see China troll Carolyn Levitt when she was spouting about boycotting Chinese made, and they actually put her next to the dress that she was wearing that was Chinese made. Her designer clothes, they're suddenly finding their Birkin bags and designer clothes are made in China. Kirsty Gnome is here. Is she the Homeland Security one, if I get that right? Bondi is the DOJ, Gabbard is the DNI, Cash Patel comes in under Gabbard. Yeah, Kirsty Gnome, thank you. The immediate future, something to do with Homeland Security. Okay. Externally, the Fool. walking off the cliff. It doesn't feel upper vibration, new start. But here we are, look, trying to seek the path forward. I think the path forward is going to take them straight over a cliff. Let's see where this goes. Yep, being forced to retreat internally. Okay, hopes and fears. Juggling the cell in regards to the overseas threat. I'm just going to say there isn't one. How's it going to go for them? I don't think it's going to go particularly well. There might be legal action taken, but it might be, again, the downfall of the emperor who tied himself to this devil energy. And then we have a walking away from some sort of partnership and agreement because it's just getting too unwieldy and burdensome. So who is walking away? The military potentially walking away from this. Restriction in regards to the plan overseas. There's my money launderer, well, my dark money card. Cycle is turning. You've got here thinking that be careful what you wish for because the cycle is turning. This is the Mexican president or prime minister. We've got the abuse of power, the end of a cycle, the infighting or the fighting. So oligarchical money, perhaps legacy, the infighting, an emotion, the dove of peace, putting the coin in this cup. Okay. So what is the actual plan? Is the plan, let's tell him in the background. Is the plan to launch an attack? There's something treasonous going on here. Trying to bring about alchemy, trying to get rid of something that's toxic, trying to restore some sort of balance. What's going on here? That is betrayal and treasonous. Yeah, they're trying to manufacture, create something out of nothing. So, nightmare situation. Is the Felon 45 regime? Who's that snivelly little one that was the military dude? I'm trying to remember. In the first regime. It's got his fingerprints all over it. Is this Felon 45? There's so many moving parts on this regime to try and bypass the law. Is Felon 45 going to... Okay, thank you. The tower moment, absolutely. Abuse of power. There's going to be some sort of money changing hands for something that's going to be a judgment moment. It's going to bring about a tower. What I was thinking of while I was shuffling then was that there's going to be a drone strike from within Mexico. Now remember the Russian that got caught with the drone at the border. That there's going to be a strike from within Mexico into the United States to try and provoke, and I'm getting false flag. Somebody is going to be paid is what I'm getting. And don't, as I said, don't forget, oh gosh, it's just, it never bloody ends, does it? Never ends. Let me put those back randomly. Is there going to, it's almost like, and I still get New York. I do apologize. It's taken so long since I put that warning out there. He's trying to start a war. Not him, those behind the scenes, behind that curtain. He's just the fool out the front. Don't be distracted by the fool out the front. Something to do with a false victory, and I'm feeling false flag. If I think of my runic tarot deck, it's got the flag being waved on that card. Is this to try and provoke conflict with Mexico? Is Panama the other side of Mexico? I'll bring you up and I'll just double check. I'll just pause you for a second. But a long way from, not immediately the other side. My geography is very for that part of the world. So we've got Mexico, then we've got Guatemala and Belize, and then we've got El Salvador and Honduras, and then we've got Nicaragua, and then we've got Costa Rica, and then we've got Panama. So yes, it is a long way south. So it's not like it's a pincher movement, but is something going to happen to try and provoke? Is fellow 45? No, thank you. Are those behind the curtains going to try and provoke, by doing this, a conflict with Mexico? I'm just like, far out, Brussels. Are they going to try to, come on down, let's have a look. Right, these cards are flown out. Turn them over. Then let's have a look. Right. Do not cross this line. Legally do not cross. You've got the swamp on one side, solid ground on the other. Protection, an order coming down, the moon, a lunacy order coming down that I think is not going to work. So this feels like the defiance of Mexico. I mean, Mexico has already come out and said, do not send your drones over the border. King of Wands is about taking a plan, bringing forward a plan and taking action on that plan. Wearing red. The moon. Secrets being revealed. Lunacy. Climbing out of the swamp and taking this path. We've got the wolf and the dog howling at the moon, both sides. But you've got here potentially wounded, but I'm not feeling it's wounded themselves. This is about logic. I'm getting from this card, this Four of Swords, I'm getting logic coming to the fore and retreating, not taking place. We've got the Six of Swords. Again, logic and strategy moving on to calmer waters. We've got Felon 45 right in the middle there, and he's going to face a big stick moment. Manipulation, or is it manifestation in regards to the United States itself? And we've got this false declaration of false victory card again. I think he's going to try, but the military are not going. The military are just, so we've got dark money, we've got Russia, we've got some sort of contract and agreement, we've got treason, information about this treason coming out. Again, I think, I'm going to say, yeah, and then we've got the justice card. I think he's going to try to, but I don't think we're going to stand for it. Just going to move to a different deck. I'm going to use this deck here. This is my deck. I'm not plugging it. It's on Etsy if you're interested. I just want to have a look at this. That's a storytelling deck. Yeah, he's going to try and create a conflict. He's desperately trying to create conflict. I don't feel this is about martial law yet. I think this is more about desperately trying to create a conflict. Show me, what do we need to know about this Mexico military border build-up thing? Why is he doing it? What do we need to know? How will it play out? Hearing some very solid curse words. So we've got small building. So something small that is building, documents and contracts, the wealthy. I mean, there's divided. Watch the Jeffrey Sachs video that I put in my post section. What's divided? Divided as to whether to go ahead or not on the world stage. Okay, Project 2025 that was supposed to benefit the wealthy is finding itself unable to go forward on this world stage plan that they had. Their building of such has been reduced, is what I'm getting there. Their ability to implement Project 2025 for the sake of the wealthy is being reduced. Part of that also is the backlash against, I'm just going to say the backlash against the women, the wealthy women that went into space. Nothing against women having wealth, nothing against women going into space at all. But boy, oh boy, talk about not reading the room. If it had been done 4 years previously, would have been celebrated. But in the current environment, and this is what's happening, is the ability for the wealthy to implement Project 2025 is losing traction, and it's on the world, across the world. Okay, difficult message, poverty, making a lot of noise, is getting flipped, and it is time. So, okay, thank you. What I'm getting from this is the noise that is being made about these foolish actions are being reduced to poverty. So this messaging that's being put out there that once upon a time, 4 years previously, would have gotten traction, the noise about it is being impoverished and turned on its head because it is time that the almighty dollar and its convoluted path, okay, there is this rejection of wealth is what I'm getting out of this. This rejection of wealth, obscene wealth. Okay. Every single person who goes to a protest, who emails their congressperson, who donates to people like Chris Van Hollen, you're a drop in the ocean, but the ocean is made up of drops. Every single one of you matters. Sad. Sad at the justice in the past that had not been upheld. But, okay, thank you. Past injustices are the key. Every single one of you that goes out and protests for Albrego Garcia to be released is tipping the scales, and it's the key. We've got conflict here in the face of this positive energy. It's also space. Boy, oh boy, did they not read the room in regards to that. But we've got this conflict in space cemented between this being the key from the past and the positive energy bringing about destruction and transformation. Destruction of this situation. And transformation of the devil energy. I'm just going to pop that one on the end because boy, oh boy, there it is. Hard work. We've got the foreign health and healing plus the country, healing the country. So hard work and healing of foreign relations. In the fullness of time, giving help. The dark clouds will die. The darkness is at an end. There is a period of growth. There is a period of abundance. And it is coming quickly and is coming via kitchen tables, illumination, security matters being illuminated. You've got family reuniting overseas, yes. Gossip and secrets exploding out, going to be stopped, and then we have to take a leap of faith as we work together to bring peace. Okay. With those cards, there wasn't, I mean, we've got the conflict card, we had the destruction card, we had all the cards, but the order that they came out in is telling us that this action at the Mexican border, this attempt to, whatever he's trying to do, create a conflict, is not going to work. Power to the people. The people hold the power. Millions and millions of you hold the power, and it is here and now. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. What started off as a quite dark reading has turned out positive. Okay, I shall catch you shortly.